Respected friends, let us expand, widen, deepen, strengthen, and make subtle our knowledge, understanding about the world, about our own life, about the goal to be achieved and the means to be followed through the study of our most wonderful divine Shastras. So many lucky we are in this Sanatana Dharma right now in this life. Yoga Vasishtha Maha Ramayanam, one of the most beautiful of the Shastras. We are blessed to study along with so many other Shastras throughout the day. We are studying Upanishads, we are into Shvetashvatara, we are studying Gita, second chapter we are into. We are studying Mandukya Adi, we are studying Adi Shankara, so many prakaranas. This is also very, very sublime text Yoga Vasishtha. Third Utpatthi Prakaranam Leelopakhyanam, going on Rama Vasishtha Samvada. In that now Yuddha Prekishka Sthitha AMBARA VARNANAM. So the description about the sky filled with beings who have come to be the Prekshakas, the witness, the ones who want to see that Yuddha happening between Sindhu Raja and Leela Pati. What is his name? It is not yet come. When it comes, let's see. Okay, so right now only let us repeat what we said yesterday, day before. That thus, depending on what we are doing, good or bad, and its intensity. One, the subtle world is there to watch us, appointed and interested. Okay. Two, accordingly only, the excitement's there to receive us, and accordingly only we will be put in different places. Thus, one thing, beyond this life, the life continues. Two, it depends on what we are doing in general throughout life, especially toward the end. Third point, very essential. Therefore, you may, some of you may like this thought, many may not like, but we are sharing the facts. Therefore, once the 55, 60, 65 years come, thereafter, the thing that nobody wants us is a sign to say that, therefore, don't live your life right now onwards for this life. ये तो हो चुका है. Now live such a way, plan so well, live for the next life. Now it's a big topic, can be detailedly, exhaustively elaborated, but the hint is given. You are wise, you can understand. आफ्टर 65 साल के बाद या 60 के बाद ही अब ये जिंदगी हो गया अभी हमारा पीक टाइम लाइफ इज ओवर वी हैव डन टू द वर्ल्ड वर्ल्ड हैज डन टू द अस गुड और बैड सब नौटंकी हो गया नाउ प्रिपेयर फॉर द नेक्स्ट लाइफ especially the period of people retired, settled the children. You know, if you get addicted to all tamoguna, rajaguna things, next life will be like that. Instead of that, those crucial 15, 18 years from 60 to 80 lived well with self-discipline, with satvikata, with sadhanas and all. Who knows, in this very life only to a great level we may mature. Point one. Point two, we will be promoted or given better things next life. Should we not want? Imagine next life. Should I be in a slum area? Should I be an orphan? Should I be with all leprosy like diseases? Should I be without any food, a beggar? What should I be? So too, a buddhu, an ignorant person, knowing nothing, or I must be well placed materially and well placed spiritually. If the second is option, then what is said in Gita? How many times we studied? Ki antak yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavidaha tasmat sarveshu kaleshu ma manusmara yuddhya. Why is it all told? An example or explanation is this Shastra, in which when the people are there fighting in war, definitely going to kill each other. Whoever are killed, Where will they go? How they are received? See, the whole group of people are staying. The Rishimunis are there praying for Swasti. The Devata Ganas are there to take them to Swarga who deserve. Then the Devata Stris also are there to welcome. Then Bhuta Preta Yaksha Pishacha also are there to consume the blood and eat the flesh. Naraka Yamadutas also will be there to take if some are there who deserve that. Think about it. Is it making some sense? Is it giving an idea that therefore from now onwards, today onwards, as long as I am on this horizon in this body, let me do these spiritual and noble things only. Are we making this sankalpa stronger? Are we really planning well for it? Do we have that maturity to gather the existing resources, given resources, and employ all of them for this? Then this particular chapter's study has become fruitful to us. That's what is the summary. Now, the question by Rama, answer to Vaashishthaji is somewhat same topic but with some difference. Here, Yuddha is going on. So, in Yuddha, anybody, everybody dies, will not go to Swarga. Therefore, we must know who goes to Swarga even when they fight and die in the Yuddha. And in particular, it is Yuddha. In general, throughout life also, same principles. That whom we serve, what sort of life we lived, that decides whether we go to Swarga or Naraka or Bhuloka or Antariksha Lokas. All in all, till Aham Brahmasmi realized, I as Jiva continue my journey. So one beautiful thing with this knowledge is seeing beyond, before birth and after death, expanding your vision and understanding. Don't give too much importance and worry to this life. In fact, in this life, other than focusing on sadhana, and a part of sadhana is swadharma, whatever other things happen, they are nothing but the exhaustion of prarabdha, the insults, the praises, the respects, the censurings, just prarabdha, they have to be zero value. That maturity should come. Like you respect me or don't respect. One is your maturity, it is. Second is my prarabdha. Third, what is the meaning in that? Why should I bother about it? Karo ya na karo. As if I don't have my conscious work to be done with my purushartha samarthya. Think about it. Anything comes to us, sukha dukkha, is a sign, a symbol to say that this is what you lived life in the past tentatively. A result has come to you. Assessing that result, now think for yourself what future you want. Positive, then these things have to be done. Do. If you do the negative things, the result will be negative. So, in this way, awakening our intellect from its stupor and slumber, making it exactly understand what we have to get, and for that, what we have to do, exactly doing like that is the lesson all Shastras, Gurus want to make us know. For that purpose only, these are there. Right? Let us see the continuation of the answer by Vasishtha Bhagavan to Sri Rama's Prashna. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavadu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Saviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्कर ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारद आदि समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण आदि शास्त्राणाम् आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभोः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुगगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाधारमपास्तमायमवयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदेर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम् तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने युद्ध प्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनं नाम एकत्रिंशः सर्गः। So the Prashna by Rama, let us start from it. I need not tell now all the background of what's the story going on. Every day, yesterday till yesterday we were repeating. It is Leela and Mother Saraswati reached to that Brahmanda and that Bhuloka and that Bharatavarsha and that Rajya in which Leelas did this Padma Raja, now newly again born, now a king, to that kingdom they reached. With whatever idea of purpose they have gone, Leela thought, but presently there, the Raja of Sindhu Desha with the Samantas collected, put together, attacking her husband, who is the king there. That's the scene. And to see that all these have come, who have come exhaustively, we have seen. Then, when the description was going on, most of it was that the Devatas are there, or the Devadutas are there, or the great chariots are kept ready, elephants are Airavatas are kept ready, like Airavata, to receive all the Shuravira who die in this Yuddha. When all these descriptions going on, Rama wanted to know very clearly is that in Yuddha, whoever dies is a Shuravira and is he taken to the Swarga? That's the question. To that, Vasishtha is answering, which is so very important for us. Not only in the context of a particular Yuddha only on the borders, but every moment in life it's a Yuddha only. So, in what way you conduct that Yuddha, to whom you are supporting, endorsing, all these become a very crucial topics which decide our life after the yuddha of this life or in this life. Any yuddha and we die in that. A doctor on his medical chamber seat for 50 years treating patients, it's a yuddha, isn't it? It's not only on the borders, the soldiers holding the rifle. That is anyway known. But he is not a politician for 50 years, struggling to get and maintain the power and do his best. He may be many a times for his own power, for his own selfishness, for again and again retaining the position, doing some of the public useful schemes or programs. But people are benefited or not. That also is not an easy thing. That also is yuddha. Now this class every day I am doing. It is also yuddha. For you to come every day managing your inner mind and outer situations, able to come, it's not an ordinary yuddha. And in this class, seated and listening for 1 hour, every moment is a yuddha. The mind wants to go out of the class and go for water, go for tea, go for TV, go for anything else. Still, you are fighting with it and telling it to sit here. Seated here also, we are trying to concentrate. We are trying to listen. We are trying to understand. In between, that Nidra Devi comes. She is given the boon. Where should I stay? Go and stay in the satsang, it is told. Therefore, दिन भर नींद नहीं आती क्लास में आओ तो नींद आती You are doing a yuddha, isn't it? So, which type of yuddha, for what ideals, ideologies we are doing, that decides. Keep that in mind. Therefore, what work I am doing, for whom I am doing, is very essential. In the worldly parlance, in the spiritual parlance, it's only one thing. I have to realize the self. For that, I am doing my outer and inner sadhanas. Outer sadhana is only one, karma yoga. Baki yoga sadhana, bhakti yoga, they are inner only. And jnana is the innermost. श्रीराम उवाच भगवन् शूरशब्देन कीदृशः प्रोच्यते भटः स्वर्गालङ्करणं कः स्यात् को वाढिम्बाहवो भवेत् Three questions. Bhagavan कीदृशः भटः शूद्र शब्दे शूर शब्देन प्रोच्यते. Who is the Bhata soldier titled as Shura? कीदृशः भटः शूरशब्देन प्रोच्यते. Who is called as Shura? Question 1. 2. Swarga alankaranam kah syat. Which bhata is an alankarana to the Swarga? Therefore, the Swarga bhatas, devatas, dutas come and take him from this yuddha after death. Question 2. Who is the alankarana to the Swarga? Third one. Kim va ko va dhimba havo bhavet. And who is the one who's fighting in the war as well as sacrificing his life is dhimba, means only futile. It is only dhambika, it is only show off. his intentions, purposes are not noble, who is he? Three questions are asked. Shri Vasishtha Uvacha. Vasishthaji's straight answer. First, Gurus na, give an ambiguous straight answer. Thereafter, any additions have to be done, explanations have to be done, examples have to be given, logics have to be told, then they develop. पहले तो सीधी बात क्या है? शास्त्रोक्ताचार युक्त प्रभोरर्थेन योरणे मृतो वात जयीवा स्यात् सशूरः शूरलोकभाक्. वंडरफुल इट इज. शास्त्र उक्त आचार युक्त प्रभो अर्थेन. तो शास्त्र उक्त आचार युक्त प्रभु, that raja or prabhu or the lord or the leader, even it can be parents, even it can be your boss, etc., whose life is Shastra Ukta Achara Yukta. They are living life exactly as prescribed by the Shastras. Prabho Artena, for the sake of that Prabhu, yo, that Bhata soldier, Rane Mrutova Atha Jayi, whether he, while fighting the war, is victorious or dies. Saha Shuraha Shuralokabhak Syat. So he is called as the Shura Purusha and he becomes deserving for Swarga. He is the Alankara to the Swarga. So who is Shuraha, who is Alankara to Swarga, both are answered in this. So Shastrokta Achara Yuktasya Prabhoho Arthena Yuddhe Mrutaha va Jito va Saha Shuraha Saha Shuraloka Bhak. Clear answer. What about the opposite? Anyatha pranikrutango raneyo mruti mapnuyat dimbhahavat hatah proktaha sararo narakaspadam. So who is dimbahavaha? Dimbahavaha. That question also has to be answered. Positive first two questions to answered. The non-positive second, third one that also has to be answered. Therefore, anyatha pranikrut ta angaha means the other one who is not living according to the Shastras, and also that Raja who is torturing the prani for his own for selfish purpose. For the sake of that Raja, whoever is fighting the war and getting killed in the Yuddha, Dimba Ahava Proktaha. He is the Dimba Ahava. He is killed in a war and his getting killed and fighting for that war is not so great. And obviously, he will not go to Swarga. Then where will he go? That also has to be told. Sanaro Narakaspadam. Anna? We should not stop halfway saying that he will not go to Swarga. No. आधा ही बात है वो. दूसरा आधा, if he doesn't go to Swarga, where will he go? वो भी बताना है ना. Definitely he will go to Narak. So, particularly in a Yuddha, if I am fighting a war for an adharmic Raja, I am not going to Swarga, I am going to Narak. Generally, throughout life, what are my ideas, ideologies, ideals, inspirations, and who is my boss, to whom I am working? If they are all not Shastra Yukta, Shastrokta, Achara Yukta, serving them, I will go to Naraka only. We were trying to see a lot of examples yesterday. Isn't it? If you remember that, examples we gave. No? I will not repeat those examples, not so healthy, tasty, therefore. Just I say, you remember yesterday's, you must remember. And if somebody comes and asks me, Swamiji, give permission, I will ask for what work you are doing. If that work is harmful to society, I cannot say succeed in that. And if as I gave yesterday example, somebody says, I'm opening liquor shop, bless me to succeed. What is the meaning of success? Meaning is so much of the items or goods should be sold. Means so many people should buy those drinks. Means all of them should drink that drink. Then getting intoxicated, beat the wife, beat the children, or get accident on the road and they should die. So for that I have to bless. See the baat. And even by mistake I endorse or support, all that sin मेरे को आ जाता है वो. Because he did it on your faith and he has thrown it on you. Our Babaji has permitted. How can a Babaji will permit? He will not permit. That's it. है ना? If that person, Swami, if I don't do this business, I will die. I will say it is better to die noble way than dying ignoble way and going to Narak. I have my own clarity. I am studying Shastras. In the same way, not only business, any other work, I want to work with that firm or company which gives me more salary. But which company? What is it producing? Isn't it? What is producing? No, you need not go there. You work in that company even though the salary is less, where the things produced are noble, good, useful for society. ऐसे बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे जगह ढूंढो वहां क्यों नहीं मिलेगा नौकरी. The unfortunate ones, those who don't have guidance, those who have the idea of getting guidance without asking anyone, they go and do those sins and they suffer. Why should you? Clear, these two are answered. Who is Shuraha? Shastra Ukta Achara Yuktasya Prabho Arte. Whoever is doing Yuddha is Shura. And who is the Alankara to Swarga? The same person. And who is Dimba Ahavaha? The one who is fighting a Yuddha for a king who is ignoble, not following Shastra, and is troubling the country. And the one who dies in that Yuddha, not only will not go to Swarga, certainly will go to Naraka. So not only Yuddha, in all things also, we must understand like that. Clear? Next one. Ayatha Shastra Sanchara Vrutterarthena Yudhyate Yo Naraha Tasya Sangrame Mrutasya Nirayokshayaha. Vasishtha feels ki I have not told this thing very clearly to Rama and thousands are audience that are listening there. Who are they? Bharata Shatrughna Lakshmana Dasharatha, all the Mantrigana of Sena Nayaka, लाख of लोग सुन रहे. Then later on Valmiki ji will write a book, millions will study. So this thing I have to very clearly, distinctly, separately I must tell. Keeping that in mind, he tells this same thought said in the earlier shloka, but clubbed with other thoughts, separating exclusively, he says, a full shloka for one full thought. What is that full thought? Ayatha Shastra Sanchara Vruttehe. Ayatha Shastra Sanchara. That Raja is doing Sanchara. Ayatha Shastra. Exactly contrary, opposite to Shastra. Arthena Yuddhate Yonaraha. For the sake of that king, whoever the human being, soldier, is fighting the war. Tasya Sangrame Mrutasya. If he gets killed in that Yuddha, Nirayokshayaha, he will be sent into Naraka only for long period of time. Unambiguous, not clubbed with anything. So दुष्ट राजा के लिए युद्ध करके मरोगे तो तुम जाकर नरक में जाओगे. Isn't it? Now, how many of the terrorists are killing themselves, misguided by their so-called leaders, killing other 20, 30 people there, suicide bombers, etc. Isn't it? So they all will go to Naraka only. Misguided people. Somebody should tell them. It is logically wrong, first of all. And if somebody writes it in a Shastra and says it is a Shastra, that also has to be corrected. In any other way, corrupt king, if we are serving, and in that service, if we die, we go to Narak. And not at all difficult for us to understand. Why? Raja is the one who is the maker of the rules. He rules the kingdom. So he himself is negative. To the whole kingdom and country, how much dukkha is happening. And to that Raja, if you serve, you are becoming a part of his crimes, criminality. Therefore, you will also get that narak. And yesterday we were saying this thought very mildly. In this way, if somebody is a corrupt king, all the people refrain from supporting him, he will change from being corrupt to honest. Or kick that fellow and make an honest fellow as a leader. हाँ, ठीक है. That's how we have to be very careful. Yo naraha yuddhyate tasya sangrame mrutasya nirayo kshayaha. If he dies in that war, he will go to Naraka only. Next one, yata sambhava shastrartha lokachara anuvrittiman yuddhyate tadushashchaiva bhakta shuraha sa uchyate. So that king who is noble, who has studied shastras thoroughly, who knows what is dharmartha kama moksha, who knows what are the rules or regulations, duties of the king, who knows how to rule the kingdom as told by the Shastra. Actually, simple thing to say one sentence is that is a noble Raja who is guiding his Praja towards the Dharma and Moksha, not towards Artha and Kama. If the Raja himself is in Artha and Kama, not at all caring Dharma and never bothering about Moksha, the Praja also will take him as an example. Imagine the whole kingdom, how it will become. Terrible, no? Chaotic. And whoever serves him, they all will go to Naraka. On the other hand, Yatha Sambhava Shastrartha. So, again, this also has to be distinctly, vividly told. The negative one, जैसे एक श्लोक में स्पष्ट रूप से बताया, positive also I have to tell, so that I am satisfied. I didn't say ambiguously, I didn't mix up the two things or left halfway. So the Ayatha Shastra Jivana, that Raja, the serving soldier and dying in the war will go to Naraka. पॉजिटिव भी बोलना पड़े ना मुझे. तो यथा संभव शास्त्रार्थ लोक आचार अनुवृत्तिमान. That Raja who is anuvrutti and whose loka achara is yatha sambhava yatha shastrartha. Yuddhyate, anybody who is fighting for that Raja, that soldier is called as tadushashaiva bhaktaha shuraha. Isn't it? Here bhakta word extra specially added. Why? You have to be careful. Ki when the Raja is ignoble, as much it is a duty of all the Praja soldiers to refrain supporting helping him so that the Raja himself changes. Equally important and powerful is the other one, that when a noble king comes with all great ideas, ideologies, visions, if the Praja and the soldiers, if they don't support him, then he will also get tired and exhausted. And mind you, to a kingdom as a king, to a family as a head, to an organization again as a head, getting a highly noble person, getting a highly visionary person is not every time chance. Many kings you get, they are managing type, they may not damage. But the one who takes the country ahead is so rare to get. If some king that like that comes, keeping away all selfishnesses, egos, biasnesses, differences, we have to support and see that the king does well. Isn't it? अच्छे लोगों को थोड़ा ताकत देना चाहिए कि नहीं? बुरे लोगों का हम उल्टा करते हैं, बुरों को ताकत देते हैं, अच्छों को कमजोर बनाते हैं. Yesterday when you saw that Israel में in that mm, meeting में, what a hearty lecture given by our respected Prime Minister. From the heart, in how many ways he see that English. I was so surprised, first of all, how he learned such a perfect English and vocabulary with whatever the earlier background he has. You know, presenting that thoughts, explaining all of them sequentially, and to the conclusion. May see, entry was the standing ovation. Conclusion also such a wonderful standing ovation. The bond is so beautifully created through the words and the activities and so many of the mutually helping projects signed, etc. The other day the France PM came, 114 Rafales, that too will be made in India. In so many other things. The other day in Parliament somewhere, somebody have narrated less than half of the achievements of this present government. The opposition were stunned because they are not aware or they are jealous that they could not digest. No, when such people come, we have to support. No, कौन होगा भाई देश धर्म को आगे ले जाने वाला? बार बार किसको इतनी हिम्मत होगी, किसको इतनी ताकत होगी? रिमेम्बर, पीपल विल बी लीडर्स, मेनी, as long as they are getting their money, charm and choice, enjoyment. The moment it is found, they just leave their country to dogs and they go. But some are not like that. वतन के लिए ready to sacrifice. Everybody, see, everybody is great, but then more important than all is a king with vision. You know, soldier is great when he's fighting for the country, sacrificing his life. There's no doubt his greatness can never be reduced for any reason. But a king himself with great vision is any day greater, nobler, no? Because the whole country has to be taken into. And especially our country, first of all, population wise, 140 crore. So much congested. And million differences within. Millions differences. And one side, always in all directions occupied are some terrible people, isn't it? Any chance given to them, Bhayankara Rakshasa comes in them. Others are not like that. Hindus, वो लोग, even though you cheat them, वो mild ही रहते, वो डरते भी किसी को जा. But the other way, give a chance, they will be cruel Rakshas. सबको मैनेज करते हुए ले जाना आगे, not an easy job. Anybody, if that time comes, we have seen the other governments too, with all these scams, etc. Now we are seeing this also. To think of whom we have to endorse and support. We are not interested in any parties or any individuals per se. We are interested in the country's growth in its true and all sense, isn't it? Even for the Sanatana Dharma, that much work is not done. At least if it doesn't obstruct, that is enough. What is to be done, we will do. We are sannyasis. What else we have to do? हम करेंगे वो काम कर ही रहे. But the other aspects of the finances, economy, health, integrity, the strength, then the what do you call protection, ये सारे चीजें जो है सिक्योरिटी एक्सेट्रा, साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, सारे इतना बड़ा काम रे बाबा. शर्म आता है मुझे उनको देखकर कि व्हाट वर्क वी आर डूइंग, दैट वी नीड रेस्ट सो मच, दैट वी नीड सो मच रिलैक्सेशन और छुट्टी. So too nowadays we are chanting Sundarakand of Hanuman Chak. What an amount of Hanumanji's work there. उनके काम के समय में कुछ नहीं है, और फिर भी अब फील करते बहुत किया, और रेस्ट दो, पेंशन दो, अभी मेरा हो गया नौकरी, अब ऑफिस में सो रहा था, घर में सो जाऊंगा. What is it, Baba? True worker, you know. Here it's such a wonderful topic. Yatha sambhava shastrartha lokacharanu yudyate tadrushashchaiva. When he himself is like that and fighting for that king who is like that, bhaktaha and shuraha sa uchit. I paused and took more time to say only this point, that it is rare to get great, good, noble leaders. When they come, support them, give them strength, so that they are inspired that I am doing good work, people are supporting me. He can continue for long. ऐसे लोग कम होते हैं, है ना. 8-10 में एक दो ही होते हैं, 10 में दो ही होते हैं, बाकी 8 अच्छे हो सकते होंगे लेकिन कमजोर भी होंगे, isn't it? Like we had for 12 years such a wonderful prime minister, but so much kamzor. Goodness is not sufficient, na. Daring, courage, efficiency, long thinking, अब बहुत सारे चाहिए. Right? Now, Gorarthe Brahmanasyarthe Mitrasyarthe cha Sanmate Sharanagata Yatnena Samrutaha Swarga Bhushanam. So his asked question was, who is the Alankara for Swarga? Who is the Alankara or Bhushanam for the Swarga? Sri Ramji asked, na? Vaashishtha categorically, he is taking one full shloka to explain also. तो तीनों प्रश्नों का एक ही श्लोक में उत्तर दिया शॉर्टकट, फिर एक एक प्रश्न के लिए वन वन श्लोक अगेन इज डेडिकेटिंग टू एक्सप्लेन, so that there is no doubt ambiguity whatsoever. Okay, so here who is the bhushanam or alankara for the swarga? One, goho arthe, for the sake of cow. Brahmanasyarthe, for the sake of protecting the Brahmana. Gorarthe means Gorakshanartham, Brahmana Rakshanartham, Mitrasyarthe, for a very noble friend. Then Sharanagata Yatnena, the ones who have come to the Sharanagati. है ना? While trying to protect all these, Go and Brahmana and Mitra and Sharanagata, while protecting them, Samritaha, whoever dies in that effort, Sarga Bhushanam, he'll be an ornament to the Swarga, he'll be taken with all respect and reverence. So Go, Brahmana, Mitra and Sharanagata. For the sake of them, when one dies, then Swarga Bhushanam. Or here Sharanagata, you can add it to the three. The Go, Brahmana, Mitra, when they come to the Sharanagati, you are there to protect nobody else. And while protecting them, even if somebody leaves the Sharira, Swarga Bhushanam, isn't it? यार ऐसे बढ़िया बढ़िया नॉलेज है कम से कम सुनो तो सही हम इतने नफरत हाउ वी आर डूइंग सच मच ऑफ हेट so much of hate even to listen to our shastras such a noble thoughts shared or given by the sages of the highest order like Vaashishthaji, etc. Even to listen to that, if we don't have liking, if we don't have patience, if we don't have time, what happened to our mind intellects? What happened to our life? Where are we going? See that? Now you understand what is the meaning of when Bhagavan Krishna said in the morning class, huh? That uh, यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इंद्रियाणि प्रमातीनि हरन्ति प्रसवं मनः. Again, after three shlokas, the same thought will come. Indriyanam hi charatam yan manah anuvidiyate. That mind which follows the indriyas which are grazing. Tadasya harati prajnam vayur nava vivambasah. That will take away all his prajna like the wind pushes the boat in the oceans finally to drown it in the ocean. There and this are related. So go Brahmana and Mitra when they come for Sharanagati, living life, fighting till the life sustains and dies in that Yuddha for Rakshana. One is an Alankara to the Swarga. Such topics have to be repeatedly heard. Be in that mode of only Shastra Shravanadhyayana. To you people, I can't order you. Who am I? I can only request you. I'm strongly requesting you. Not even one day without studying Shruti, Upanishad, Smriti, Gita, Purana, Skandadi, and Itihasa, Ramayana और योग वासिष्ठ एक दिन भी नहीं छोड़ना तभी जाकर that information and the inspiration will sustain. A person with inspiration and information for the higher life alone is making his life fruitful, fulfilling. Any doubt, sir? Think about it. Next, Paripalya Swadeshaika Palaneya Sthitha Sada Rajamrutaha Tadartam Ye Devira Vira Lokinaha. So, Paripalya Swadesha Ekapalane Yah Sthitah Sada Raja Mrutaha Tadartam Ye Te Viraha Vira Lokinaha. So here both topics are talked. One, living as long as lived, ruling the kingdom for the sake of the development of Praja. And for the sake of the safety, security of Praja alone, if the Yuddha comes, dying in that Yuddha. Both the Raja as well as whoever have supported him. The soldiers, the mantris, etc. Ye viraha, vira lokinaha. They are the ones who go to the lokas which belong to the वीर वीर लोकिना मतलब वीरों के लोकों में वही लोगों को भेजा जाता है. So therefore king as long as he is ruling so long his only goal should be how my praja are taken care in all aspects and then creating such type of next generation maybe his own children or anybody handing over the kingdom to them or himself while doing so if any of the enemy Raja attack to protect his own Praja if that king dies in that yuddha. So to all other soldiers, all other employees working in government, through the government or while serving the Raja through him. When they serve the Praja, live long life and retire. Noblest people. Or there is a yuddha in that they also took part. They had to die. Them also. Te viraha viralokinaha. They are the real Shuravira. They will be taken to the Viralokas. Think about it. Next, Prajo. Same one. प्रजोपद्रवनिष्ठस्य राज्ञोऽथवा प्रभोः अर्थेन ये मृता युद्धे ते वै निरयगामिनः. Same thing, the opposite of it. Vasishtaji doesn't want to tell the things half or mix them up. He wants to categorically, crystal clearly, giving one shloka to the topic completely he want to say. As it was said, a Raja lived all through his kingly life in serving the kingdom and he died at that time. He goes to Swarga. So to the Praja or the soldiers or the mantris who help him in that. Opposite of that also has to be told na. Praja upadrava nishtasya rajnyaha. That Raja who has a nishtha, who has a commitment convincing to create all the upadrava to the Prajas. प्रजाओं को उपद्रव ले आना. Upadrava means difficulties, problems to the praja. By all means, taking lots of taxes, not providing anything to them. If anybody asks anything, put them in jail or take them and do the encountering, etc. That way, halla, ho halla jo machane wala raja. Praja upadrava nishthasya rajnya. That raja and the soldiers or employees, government who are helping that Raja, both of them, when they die, ye mruta yuddhe, te vai niraya gaminaha, both of them, that Raja and those who helped him, they all go to Naraka only. They all go. So if you take the example both of Ramayana or Mahabharata, Ravana and whoever have helped him, all of them Naraka only. Because both of them, Raja did wrong thing and whoever supported him, who was working for a wrong cause, they also deserve that. This side, Sri Rama and all his Vanara Sena, they worked for the Dharma, they all deserved the moksha or swarga only. So in Mahabharata Yuddha, Duryodhana the Adharmi, whoever supported him, Pandava the Dharmikas, whoever have supported them. Examples are plenty. So in our country, what's happening? Have an eye, just look around. For understanding sake, observation sake, common knowledge sake, information sake. But finally, you decide what you have to do and whom you want to serve. That decides you will go to Naraka or Swarga. ये हो गया. Next one. ये हि राज्ञाम अराज्ञाम वा अपि अयथा शास्त्रकारिणाम रणे म्रियन्ते छिन्नांगाः ते वै निरयगामिनः. Now more generalizing. ये हि राज्ञाम अराज्ञाम वा, whether they are rajas, so far तो राजा की बात हो रहा था ना, whether they are raja or any other citizen of that nation, ayatha shastrakarinam, if they are ayatha shastrakari, they are living life contrary to the shastra. Rane mriyante chinnangaha, if there a war has come of the ignoble cause and in that they are fighting and they died with their limbs broken or shattered or made into pieces, they why they all will niregaminaha, go to naraka only. So therefore, be very clear about what are our own intentions, our own attitudes, goals, and whom we are serving, supporting. You can't take those things for granted. ऐसा मत सोचो कोई है नहीं देखने वाले. प्रभु निरंतर परख रहे, देख रहे सबको. Okay, so we have five more shlokas. You know, I will leave it for tomorrow. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? Okay. Hmm. So dharmyam yatha tatha yuddham yadit syat tarhi samstitihi nashayeyuralam mattaha paraloka bhayojhitaha. So the basic question of Rama answered, if somebody who is fighting for dharma and fighting for adharma, if both of them are given swarga, all will be tempted to only fight for the adharma only, na? If the difference is not there. So nashayeyur alam mattaha paraloka bhaya ujjitaha. The people will no more have the fear of the naraka, etc. Therefore, while living, they will only live an ignoble life. So, Rama, very specially, I need not tell. Yeah, I have to tell for one reason that you are a very young boy, 15, 16 saal. You may have great vairagya and all. So, a simple common sense thought that if both ignoble and noble both go to Swarga, why will anybody follow the noble path? They'll have no fear of Paraloka. Paraloka bhaya ujjitaha. Without the fear of Paraloka, people destroy themselves or create all the havoc in this world. फिर वो दुनिया चलेगा नहीं ना जब एवरीबडी पाप करते रहते हैं तो धर्म्यम यथा तथा युद्धम यदि स्यात् तर्हि संस्थिति. If the dharma yuddha and adharma yuddha both of them give swarga phala only, then paraloka bhaya ujjitaha, without the fear of paraloka swarga adi naraka adi, the people will only live an ignoble life. So then there will be no nobility, goodness prevailing in the world. Okay, next. Yatra yatra hatah shurah swarga ityavashoktayah dharme yuddha bhavet shurah ityevam shastra nischayah. Once for all, Bhagavan Vaashishtha is closing the case by crystal clearly telling. Hereafter, no thinking, no discussion. बात हो गया फिर. Again, why are you talking the same thing? हो गया बात. What is it? यत्र यत्र हतः शूरः. Whichever the yuddha, the Shura Veera fighting in the war dies. Swarga iti. He goes to Sarga. Iti avashauktayaha. Such sayings are said by only the people with less information, which is absolutely wrong. कोई भी किसी भी युद्ध में मरेगा वो स्वर्ग जाएगा, ये गलत सेंटेंस है. Then what is right, sir? धर्मे युद्धा भवेत शूरः. For the sake of dharma, in the dharma yuddha, the one who is doing the yuddha, dharme yodha. For the dharma sake, whoever is doing yuddha, that yodha bhavet shuraha. He alone is shura, and he will only be given permission to go to swarga, others to naraka. Iti evam shastra nishchayaha. Yehe shastra ka nishchay, and shastra is pramana for us. Okay. One thing we can add here, which is very, very minute. After listening from Vaashishtha, nothing for one more side to add. But one more thing, that even while doing the duty, while doing yuddha, that positive thought that my country I have to protect, my Raja is dharmika. So for the sake of that, I am fighting this war. In this, I am ready even to sacrifice my life. That highest, noblest thought always should be maintained. You know? Because even in that yuddha, some people may lose that strength, ability because of their attachment to anything else, may not nobly fight the war, may not fully dedicatedly fight the war, half-heartedly they fight, they may also get killed. तो मर तो गया बट उस समय उनके दिमाग में पूर्णतया देशभक्ति है कि नहीं, that again also is a point which is accounted. So therefore that positive inspiration always. That's why you see every day in all our 6 classes we do the sankalpa. Sanatana Dharmartham, Vedic Samskrutyartham, Vishwa Kalyanartham. Our vision goal through this channel of all our 10,000 classes which are freely dedicated for anyone to listen, are only with this purpose, with a noble purpose, clearest purpose. That's Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Samskriti, through that Adhyatmika Pragati of all the Jivas. Sankalpa हमेशा अच्छा होता हुआ धैर्य से उस संकल्प के लिए लड़ना है, उस संकल्प के लिए लड़ना. So I am supporting a noble king, and I myself am noble in my intention. Sometimes, even if the leader is not noble, for the sake of country, I am fighting nobly. The king may die and go to Narak, but the soldier will go to Swarga because his intentions are positive. He did not work for the king per se that time, he worked for the nation or country. ऐसे थोड़ा minute adjustments होते हैं. That goes without saying. Main things are told. यत्र यत्र हतः शूरः स्वर्गः इति आवश्यकोक्तयः. धर्मे योद्धा भवेत् शूरः. That Yodha who is fighting in the Dharma Yuddha alone is Shuraha. Iti evam Shastra Nishchayaha. This is the firm Nishchaya of the Shastra. Okay, three more slokas. Sadacharavatam arthe khadgadharam sahantiye te shura iti kathyante sheshatimbahavahataha. Sadacharavatam arthe. Another big topic I want to take at least 10 minutes for this. Those who are sadacharis, those who are doing spiritual work, those who are doing the philanthropic work, noble work, they are also very few in the world, especially the times of Kali. So while serving them, if somebody dies, they are also called as Shuraha. So Sadacharavatam Arthe Khadgadaram Sahantiye. Those people who are receiving the sharp edged swords beating while serving a Sadachara Purusha, they are also Shuraha. And those who are Durachari, and to the Durachari, those who are supporting, and in that they get killed, then they are Dimba Ahavahata. This thought, little more, we have to say again tomorrow. तेषामर्थे रणे व्योम्नि तिष्ठन्त्युत्कण्ठिताशयाः शूरीभूतमहासत्त्व दयितोक्तिसुराङ्गनाः. So therefore, the very many devatas, trees and all those waiting there for those Shuravira, saying that we will do Varna of him, we will do Varna of him, etc. That is the meaning. Then Vidyadhari Madhura Mandara Giti Garbham Mandara Malyavalana Kula Kaminikam Vishranta Kanta Sura Siddha Vimana Pankti Vyomotsavocharita Shobhamivollalasaha. So Vidyadhari Madhura Mandara Giti Garbham. The Vidyadhari strees are in a Madhura Mandara Rupa, they are singing the songs. Mandara Malya Varana Kula Kaminikam. So many women folk are making Mandara Vanamala to put in the neck of the Shuravira. Ready करके रख रहे. विश्रांत कांत सुर सिद्ध विमान पंक्ति. So many vimanas of the Sura and Siddha and Kanta, they are waiting there to receive again this Shurasvira. In this way, Vyomotsavo Charita Shobhamiva Ullalasa. In that Vyoma, Akasha, it was a huge Utsava that is being seen or felt. So they're not in a painful mood. यार ये लोग युद्ध में एक दूसरे को मार रहे हैं, काट रहे हैं. As we told yesterday, they already are in the beyond their sthiti. For them, Janma, Marana are not a special botheration. For their botheration is in the people who are there, for what reason they are dying. Are they fighting for the noble king or ignoble king? And themselves have the noble ideas or ignoble selfish. Depending on that, these people are there to welcome them. Okay, so this is what is the beauty of this particular sarga. Idyarshe Shri Vaashishtha Maharamayane Valmiki Utpatthi Prakarane Yuddha Prekishka Sthitha AMBARA VARNANAM Nama Ekatrimshattama Sargaha. Thus concludes the 31st sarga named Yuddha Prekishka Sthitha AMBARA VARNANA in this Leelopakhyanam of third Utpatti Prakarana of the glorious Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. The 2-3 thoughts for 5 minutes we'll just see tomorrow. Then enter the 32nd Sarga, which is the other book for me. I have to look at it. Here we stop. Let us take up our Laghu Vakya Vritti, my dear friends. Thank you for your patient listening. Great you are. Keep it up.